Hi, this is Gaerea and you're watching rockflash.com.
And we are back, Rockflash here at Bloodstock, and I'm overjoyed, it's one of the best ways to describe, by a member of Gaerea, who I had the pleasure of seeing at the Soaring in Manchester, I think it was last year, and you just blew my fucking tiny mind. So, this is your first UK festival. What, you know, you're on stage in the next 3/4 of an hour. What have you got in store for us?
Well, I guess you'll have to see for yourselves, but we got something truly special for this run of festivals. We're doing a lot of different things. We're bringing a lot of new moments on set. We're building this very special atmosphere for us, and we can't fucking wait to feed from the energy of the people from the UK, which is always fucking amazing. Like the Manchester show you mentioned, that was fucking wild to see a Soaring packed, and it was great for us.
What really struck me about it was just how minimalistic it was. You know, you played with the house lights on. There was nothing on stage. I think there was one amp at the back, and that was it. You know, is that something you try and just play with all those, you know, constructs that we have in rock and roll, and you just went fuck it to all of them and just threw all of them away?
I mean, we don't need it. I mean, we're a very, as you said, minimalistic, intimistic band with our audience. It's all about how we move the performance towards the crowd, and I mean, we don't need all those things to have this connection, and it's all about that emotion. I mean, I don't want people to feel distracted by amps, and I mean, I understand why other bands do it. We don't need it. I want a clear stage where people can just focus on what the fuck is happening on stage with those 5 individuals, and that's what I feel like it's special with us.
And it certainly was. You know, the Manchester gig was just phenomenal, and you know, I've spoken to a number of friends who were there, and we just sat there probably open mouthed going, wow, you know, it just felt so different. So, you know, you talked about, you know, that the desire to do something different, to get rid of all those distractions and stuff. You know, what came first? Was it, you know, the concept, or was it the music? You know, for you as a band?
It always starts with concept. I mean, I can't write music without having a concept around it. I mean, and then it's just like, once I have this whole storyline, this sometimes even the artwork comes before the music with us, because that's the most important for me. It's the message, the whole world around it, and then we're gonna go full on creating the soundscape of this vision. And I know it's not a normal way to do it, but I feel like we're more truthful to what we mean with our message if we do it that way.
And I think that's, again, one of the reasons why I fall in love with the album. It's black metal, but it's black metal almost like I've not heard it before. There's almost something, I don't know, euphoric about it. It's black metal, but with everything dialed upwards rather than downwards.
Thank you. I mean, we're still a black metal band in the end of the night, and we love it. I mean, but what I feel with black metal is that it's the only genre in this whole fucking spectrum of metal music and extreme music where you can write a ballad, and that's pure black metal emotion, because black metal for me is about freedom, it's about expression, and it's not about how fast can you play, how fast can you riff or shred. It's not about those things, it's about the message, it's about how you transport this message to the crowd, because black metal is extreme. Black metal is about opposition to something. With us, it's opposition towards ourselves. That's why the show is so torturous sometimes for us. We don't make our lives easier for ourselves, and I mean, it's still black metal, but brings a lot of different things of also human psyche to to the table, because, well, I mean, it should be complex that way. It should be all about, as I said, the emotion of the moment, and every show just feels a bit different for us.
And that, you know, so this is your first UK festival, you're on the festival run, you know, does every show still feel special? You know,
yeah. More. Even now, it just feels like we're refreshing everything in us. I mean, we're working with amazing people. The people on stage are fucking wild. We finally found people that are teeth and nails in the fucking casket with this way of perceiving this music and this message, and it just feels like we grow to a next level every time we play, every time we do festivals like this, every time we go to a country like we've never been. I mean, we just been to Istanbul. I never in my life thought we were going to play in Turkey with this music, and it was something I will never forget. It was such a special show for us, and I'm hoping that whatever we do at Bloodstock Open Air this year will be carved in people's minds.
Well, if it's anything like, you know, and from the sound of it, we're expecting something really special this evening, but if it's anything intensity like the Manchester show, I'm sure it will be, because as I keep saying, we were just absolutely blown away by it. It was just phenomenal. So the album is, you know, quite recently out, it's fucking brilliant. So how long are you seeing this cycle going forward, or is it just at the present moment endless for you?
We're nearly the end. We're finishing this row of festivals. There's still a bit more things that we will unveil about this album, because I feel like the album is just done once you finish touring it. So I see the album cycle as the moment you talk about it until the moment that you just finished your last show with the album. And we're going to the US with Wolves in the Throne Room, with this massive US tour in October. We still got a few more things we'll do before the end of this year's run, and then we're ready to get back to the studio, because there's new music coming.
Can you feel that forming in your head already, the new stuff? Is it sort of, are the ideas?
We're far advanced in the process, so it's just finding the time now to go to the studio, because we're so fucking busy these days. So we want to finish everything that we're doing. We want to focus full mode on stuff like this, and then when we finish the shows, we'll go home, breathe a bit, take some 2 or 3 days with our loved ones, and then we go back to the studio, because there's stuff happening, you know, in my brain and the other people's brains, and there's music forming, and now it's the right time.
So you spoke about the Wolves in the Throne Room, and whoever thought it was a good idea to send you out with them is fucking inspired, you know, because your music and Wolves' music, I think, really fit well together. But if you could do your own version of Bloodstock, if you could do your own festival, who else would you have on the bill?
I mean, we were fortunate enough, or me, I was fortunate enough to have played with some of my favorite bands. I mean, we played with Behemoth, we played with Watain, we did a short Mexican run with them. I mean, there's so many other artists. There's even artists outside of the black metal spectrum that we would love to partner up with someday, because we play black metal, but we got so many things outside of black metal in our world, in the world of Gaerea, that are inspiring for other genres. But yeah, I mean, we were fortunate enough in 7 years to have played with some of our favorite artists and people that we met actually, and learned a bit from them and talked with them and learned how they perceive this world and perceive their career and perceive whatever the fuck they're doing right now as artists doing this for 20, 30, 35 years. It's important for artists like us that are rising now or starting something to talk to the older generation of musicians, because everything is so fucking different these days. So it's important to get that continuation going, that conversation going with these artists, and we always try to do it.
And that's what's absolutely fascinating talking to you, is just the amount of thought that goes into everything. You know, this isn't just a hobby. This isn't just a job. This is basically this is a calling. It feels like.
This is our lives at this point. Everything we do in life is towards these moments. These last 2 years have pushed us to or pulled us to this thing even more than I imagined, and this is our lives. We spend 200 days together in a van or somewhere playing shows and writing music and rehearsing and doing so many other things with the band. This is our lives. This is what we want to keep doing, and that's why we work so hard towards it.
It's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you, and I must admit, also really inspiring to actually sort of speak to, just to see the amount of depth, the amount of thoughts, and
thank you.
It's been absolutely inspiring. We ask a silly question at the end. It feels almost a bit disconjurous to say it to you, but I'm going to do it anyway. If we were going to create Gaerea, the cocktail, what would be in it?
Well, we do love cocktails, but just a few of them, honestly. I don't know. Every time we could just go somewhere, we just ask for a mojito and just keep on going with mojitos or fuck, what's the other one that my bassist always asks for? It's the Moscow Mule. I mean,
so we could do a black, so we could do a black mojito.
Yeah, we could just taint it black with some food coloring, and yeah, we're simple people. We like simple stuff, and just have fun with our loved ones.
Brilliant. Thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Right, you've been basically watching rockflesh.com. Do the subscribing thing, do all of those bits and pieces, and we will see you later. Rock on.